Witnesses?
Okay, you and I need to have a talk. Come here, come here. Look out there. You see that? Snow, lights, some losers singing on the front lawn. You know exactly what time of year it is, right? It's Christmas. It's goddamn Christmas. Okay, look. Every single year we're told to buy stuff for each other and write a list out for this big, bearded man in a red suit. You know the guy. St. Nicholas. Santa Claus. He comes into your home and decides to either leave you gifts or a lump of coal. Okay, well, I hate to break it to you, the dude's a cryptid. Oh come on, he gives me and my family Yule tidings and holiday cheer, Noodle. You're letting that villain into your household. Well, I'm sick of him breaking and entering. This menace has to stop, immediately. We're gonna take a look at this bastard for what he is, and see how we can stop him, or at the very least, abuse his rules to our advantage. Grab your milk and cookies. We're kicking ass this Christmas. Okay, why don't we start at the beginning of everything? St. Nicholas is the name of a once real person, Nicholas of Myra. He was a wealthy man who was believed to have a fortune to spare due to the death of his parents at a very early age. He was also a bishop and likely believed in the act of selflessness. The legend of St. Nick supposedly says that there was a man with 3 daughters. Poor guy was so down bad he couldn't afford a dowry to marry off his children. St. Nicholas hears about this and hatches a plan. While the world sleeps at night, the man decides to climb atop the rooftop and drop bags of gold down the chimney of this household. The owner of the house, finding such a gift, uses this to marry off one daughter. Nick goes on ahead and does this another night. The second daughter gets married off, and the father of the house is happy. But he's also suspicious. On the third night, the man lies in wait and watches for another bag of gold to appear. On cue, it does, and the man runs outside and catches Nicholas in the act. Nick pleads with this man to keep his identity a secret. He doesn't want any attention cast on himself, and the father is sworn to secrecy there and then. Eventually, though, people begin to spread rumors about what Nicholas has done, and anytime someone gets some strange gift out of the blue, it's believed to be a gift from Nicholas of Myra. His selflessness and charity along the way, with the usual Catholic prayers and miracles, canonized him as a saint. Good for him. Now, after the Christian Reformation, apparently it was unpopular to talk about this guy, but some countries still honored the feast day of St. Nicholas. Plays and poems were written about this Father Christmas person, and this turned into names like Father Noel, Kris Kringle, and eventually into what many of us know today as Santa Claus. We see a resurgence of this particular aspect of the guy around the mid-1800s, where poems of St. Nicholas portray him as less of a human and more of a mythological being. He becomes a jolly, rotund elf with a beard of white. He rides on a miniature sleigh with small reindeer that fly, and he goes around bringing good tidings and gifts to good children. Eventually, this is morphed into a grown-ass man with charity to give, and a full team of reindeer that include one that definitely has a health problem. As we tie this all into a bow, Santa Claus was lumped into be the sum of many cultural points. He, at this point, is one of the reasons for the season. Charity is full of good intentions, after all. Now, that's all nice and good, but come on. We have to look at this properly. Santa Claus is a large man garbed in red with a beard and drives a sleigh full of toys and gifts. Not to mention he uses reindeer that can fly. That is insane. He's a cryptid, absolutely. Now, is that a bad thing? Oh, no, not at all. But we cannot allow this man to keep fitting his ass through the chimneys. He's gonna get stuck one day. Well, alright. We know about the man and the legend, but not really the myth. Let's examine this creep and see what we can find and see if we can stop him some way. Santa Claus is described as a large man with a gun. He wears red and white with boots and a large belt. He is elderly, sporting a beard of white in some capacity, and he is capable of moving silently through homes at night. He slides through your chimney, or I guess the front door if you ain't got that, and puts presents with the names of children written out. He then leaves and heads out to the next home, and the next, until all the children of the world have gifts. After that, his work is done and he goes to his home in the North Pole or something, where his band of elves make toys for all the children of the world for next year. We should all be on the same page now. Santa breaks into your home and rides mutant reindeer from home to home at inexplicable speeds to get you your Optimus Prime or Pinkie Pie toys you really wanted for Christmas. All for you to wake up and get this gem under your tree right at the ass crack of dawn the next morning. Cool. From all of this, we can surmise that Santa is a super powerful entity, likely a master in the art of stealth and breaking and entering. Given the narrow space and the even heat of a chimney, he either A, can constrict or flatten his body and objects to fit under doors or through chimneys, or B, can teleport himself through walls and can pinpoint the smell of either tree plastic or pine trees to put your presents under your tree, if you do that. Those both sound pretty terrifying, but I guess option B is less of a jump scare and more malicious intent. Moving on. Mr. Claus is fast, insanely so, getting to nearly every Christmas celebrating home in one night. It's a feat of speed that puts him on par with anime villains. This guy is basically a supervillain, of course. Coupled with the fact that he can move through buildings easily, it's safe to say that he is no one to mess with in any capacity. He's kicking Amazon's big corporate ass, and he's proud of it. Oh yeah, we should also talk about the most terrifying thing about Santa. Saint Nick has omniscience in some regard with the deeds and misdeeds of others. While the original St. Nicholas was a kind man handing out to those in need anonymously, this current Claus is far more boastful. It's been said he knows your actions and keeps records of your actions all year. Should you follow common decency, you will be awarded with gifts, and if not, you get a lump of coal. The fact this man knows everything you want and everything you do doesn't raise alarm in children everywhere is magical. Couple all of this with the fact that he has access to the only flying reindeer in the world and hangs out with elves all day, we've got ourselves a very powerful and problematic being on our hands. It still, though, doesn't give us an inkling into what he could possibly be, and that is something that I've been thinking about. Santa has been living around for centuries, not exactly himself, but legends never die, and they don't fade away. Santa crawled his way from somewhere and has been kept alive through word of mouth and a hunger for milk and cookies. My theory is that Santa is likely a very special variant of elf. He is likely mimetic, being powered by the original tale of Christmas patrons, and so as long as the legend never dies, neither will he. For him to live so long, to move through so many homes with that much speed, it's hard to put him as anything else. He is inescapable. Well, okay then, Noodle. You said all of this, and even if all of this sounds like a good deal, why would you mess this up for me? I get gifts every year. He's not harming anybody. To that I say, he needs to be taught a lesson. We can't keep dying while he survives. I say we do something about this monster. We've got to stop him, and I think I know the best way. If you ever spend a night trying to watch for Santa to come and drop off your presents, he knows when you're sleeping and he knows when you're awake. As a result, you cannot simply catch him in the act. Oh no. He's all-seeing, and that's our biggest problem. We also know he's extremely quick. He'll have all your presents sorted out and under your tree in a heartbeat, and he's out the door and on to the next house. But there's a catch. A big catch. Santa Claus, we have deduced, is a big-ass elf, or something to that effect. He has an insatiable appetite for milk and cookies, and he isn't very picky. If you leave out this tasty morsel, he will be inclined to stop and partake in this treat. He may not eat all of it, but a healthy Santa needs just enough calories to power through the night, so partaking as much as possible is a must. This is where we'll start. The way he succeeds in this avenue is likely due to the amount of cookies available. The more sugar he takes in, the faster he can do his job. So, we gotta cut a sugar rush off, completely. Stop buying cookies. For the whole of the Christmas season, throw them shits out. Throw out your Oreos, burn your Chips Ahoy, and for the love of God, please don't buy Toll House. He'll probably steal anything remotely like a cookie in your house if it's somewhere, so cut that bastard off. Next, we need to dissuade him from coming to homes altogether. Something that throws off the Claus more than anything is the lack of a Christmas tree. If you don't have a Christmas tree, this irks him. But it's not just a tree. It's the lack of Christmas spirit, you see. If you don't put that tree up, if you decide not to decorate, Santa will be disheartened. He's only as strong as the holiday spirit is, and as long as you hit him with that, he'll suffer a heavy loss. But he's not totally defeated. We have one more avenue to go through, and this will be the hardest. Santa has everything people want, right? He has a gift you've been looking forward to all year. It just makes the most sense to cut out the middleman. Stop asking for gifts. Dude, Santa is a massive consumerist. He likely outsources all of his work and reaps the feeling of satisfaction and recognition for giving out gifts. Well, let's cut him off and buy our own. Don't send that idiot letters. Go out there and get your own dang PS5 and Friendship is Magic Twilight Sparkle body pillow. Get that yourself. Why did I put that in the script? The less holiday spirit is focused on him, the weaker he gets. If you really want to twist the knife, buy online only. Stores tote Christmas cheer because Santa works for them. As long as you buy in stores, you're supporting conglomerates who funnel money into the fat man's wallet. Want to cut him out? Lift his competition. And make sure to buy everything early. That way, everyone can have a day off and Santa will be crippled in his operation. What will happen then is this. Santa, a weakened, mimetic mess, will attempt his run with no strength and with no way to fuel himself. If I plan this out right, he won't get past Ohio. He will fall into the streets, weakened and battered. This is when we strike. While he lay weakened in the most shiesty streets on this earth, we will pelt him with the symbol of his most trusted ally, Coca-Cola. Nothing breaks a man like his ally hurting him most. Santa and Coke go way back. By the way, Santa doesn't wear red because of Coca-Cola. He's been wearing red since the early 19th century. Just thought I'd say it. Anyway, Santa and Coke have a deal. The more they sell at this time of year, the more they use Santa's face in advertisements, and the more money he gets. We will show him that not even his ally can save him. We'll slap down the might of high fructose corn syrup on that bozo and pelt him until he can no longer maintain his form. He'll weaken and soon deflate. Like that one Tim Allen movie. When it's all said and done, he'll be nothing more than a pile of clothes. And with no one else to believe in him anymore, his legend will finally die. We can go about our Christmas with the threat of Santa Claus finally behind us. Oh, and the reindeer. Let's just take them and retire them. They've been through so much, they deserve a chance to be free, don't they? We can safely say that this menace is off the streets then, and we can know that the world is a safer place with Santa Claus not breaking and entering anymore. You know, Christmas, I think, it's not about gifts anyway. It's about the people you spend time with. Friends and family are the most important things in life after all, and no disgusting corporate fat cat should ever get in the way of that. We tackle the claws, and we can take back the holiday for the real reason of the season. Thick-thighed furries. God, I love those things. We don't have to buy gifts all the time to make this holiday a special one, but they are nice sometimes. We can always look back at the legend of Christmas and think about how important the original intent of Christmas was. Sharing with others out of the goodness of your heart. As long as we understand that the Christmas holiday is more than enough for all to partake in some capacity anyway. If at all possible, we can keep the claws out of our homes, and maybe, just maybe, we can enjoy some eggnog by the fire with the ones we love. Or we can all be degenerates and start ourselves a coal empire. I think that works too. Happy holidays. And stay safe out there. You never know who really is watching. See you dogs in the new year. Happy holidays, everyone. I'm thankful for your continued support. I didn't make as much content as I would have liked this year, but I will have more stuff coming down the line for you guys. If you like this video, consider liking it and sharing it with someone this Christmas. I think it's a pretty cool video. I made it after all. Also, comment down below and tell me your plans for taking down Santa. Or maybe just wish everybody happy holidays down below. That works too. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to join me in the new year with more content and ideas. I'll be right there with you. From me to you, I wish you all a truly Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Cheers, Lars, råding måner och november. Jack Frost nipping